this is our monthly webcast where we go into the latest news and happenings in the world of cool club sports. Again, this is not Suite 1738, but Suite 301.
And don't forget to call in at 412-321-8440, extension 100, or go ahead and submit a comment in the chat box right below. Me and Budzik would love to answer any and all questions.
Please send us some questions. Also, follow us on Facebook and Twitter for more updates. So, Rob, what do we have first?
Looks like we have the NCFA. Football season's started. I know the NFL played this weekend, so college is in.
Second week of college.
Yeah, so
that only
pretty
means
exciting.
The NCFA is here. Let's welcome Sandy Sanderson to the set. Talk about some football.
What's up, gentlemen?
How are you?
I'm well.
Okay.
Which is the
Nice.
NCAA program. And then, according to Coach Jeff Niddle over there at Wright State, he said, I wouldn't exactly call it the JV team since they had 95 guys on the bench.
Wow.
And
95 guys.
He believes it was scheduled as a JV game, but he says they pretty much used the JV squad plus all the starters on varsity.
Jeez.
And
wow.
alas, Wright State fell 52-2.
Wow.
To Hocking JV or
Hocking.
Hocking varsity,
Yeah.
the combination of boys.
Jeez.
But but it's okay.
Yeah.
Because they're playing good competition and they're going to grow.
Absolutely.
From it. He took a lot of positives.
Yeah.
He informed me he got a lot of positive knowledge out of this game
Mhm.
last night, and he scheduled it because, well, for one, now with the new playoff system, it's okay to lose non-conference games. You can lose all your non-conference games as long as you win in conference. You can keep
You're
moving
good.
on.
Gotcha.
So that's one of the other improvements. So he was pretty excited about it, and said his offensive line was awesome.
Good.
Said they really worked well together, and he was telling me about Charles Macklin, freshman defensive end. He said he was pretty impressive in the game as well. So
Cool.
he took a lot of positives from it. Not concerned by that
Yeah.
score.
Yeah.
And,
Hey, the best practice is the play.
absolutely.
That's the best practice. So with the NCFA season, already started. How's everything going?
Oh, it's doing great. I mean, it's roster time, so everybody's
Yeah.
scrambling. Wright State was aggressive and
Mhm.
scheduled their first
Yeah,
game on
getting
the
all-
first day of the regular
Yeah,
season.
it's aggressive.
Most of the teams aren't playing until this Saturday, so they're working on getting their
Okay.
rosters all situated right now too. But the polls came out.
Polls are set.
Not a big surprise that Oakland
on
defending
top.
national championship was at the top, and Robert Morris, who finished second,
Runner-ups, yep.
runner-up in the bowl game, finished second. So then just to iron out the top 10, then we got Coppin State, Vermont, Miami of Ohio, Wright State is there at the 6th spot, Middle Georgia State, Maryland Eastern Shore, Kennesaw, and then UW Milwaukee at the top 10.
Okay.
And that's our Pledge It poll presented by
Pledge
Pledge
It.
It.
Pledge it.
So
You
fundraising.
go, Dan.
Fundraising group.
Yeah.
For on-field performance-based fundraising.
Yep.
So
Good
check
stuff.
them out. Appreciate them sponsoring the polls this year.
So you already mentioned we got a couple new things in the NCFA this year, like the playoffs, and we have a fall kickoff set pretty soon. So what are you looking forward to most this year in the NCFA?
What am I looking forward to most? I'm excited about this playoff system.
Absolutely.
Because of just what happened with Wright State. They can schedule games. They don't have to worry about. They want to be ranked high.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be.
Exactly.
You can be ranked at last as long as you win your conference games. You're going to take care of your own business. So I like the fact that Wright State can go out there and challenge themselves with a big opponent and not be afraid to lose it.
Exactly.
So that's what excites me about the playoff system. One of the things I'm really most excited about is the North Atlantic Conference.
Okay.
It's been a very, very small conference for years. Only two to three teams in it for years. Well, now we're up to, I believe, 6 teams.
Wow.
Up in the
6
conference.
teams.
So I'm
Good
excited
stuff.
about that, and and they're getting underway with conference play this weekend.
Are they?
We got Vermont at Central Connecticut this
Wow.
weekend is a conference game.
Not wasting any time.
Nope, right out of the chute.
Jumping right in.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah,
See how
I would agree.
how stuff plays out of there. And plus, with the new playoff system, somebody from the North Atlantic is going.
It's
to the
going to the
playoffs.
playoffs. Yep.
And we have yet to see anybody from North Atlantic the past 5 years on the national
Gotcha.
stage. So.
Good. Yeah, that's what I'm excited for most, to see the playoffs. So the fall kickoff tournament is September 26th at Coppin State. And then Coppin State is in the repeat, not 2012 national championship. What are the games to watch?
There's 6 teams participating here: Coppin State, George Mason, Longwood, Miami, Ohio State, and Wisconsin, Milwaukee. I believe it's Milwaukee and George Mason, 2 offensive teams, are facing off. Longwood and Ohio State are playing each other. They've never faced each other before. And then the night game is Coppin State versus Miami, which is a rematch of the 2012 National Championship Bowl game. So I'm excited about it. Scott Hoffman's done an excellent job. Tip my hat to Scott Hoffman and everybody over at Coppin State working with him to get this thing set up and executed. The goal being to bring some people that normally wouldn't get to play each other to one unique central location, and get to play some interconference games.
Yeah, some big games there.
Yeah.
Well, Sandy, if you're unable to attend that event, you can definitely follow updates and live scoring through the NCFA Facebook page and the NCFA page. I know the guys are really active on the NCFA Facebook page. They're always, they talk some smack. They kind of update each other. And the one day they're on there talking about their jerseys, and so it seems like they're really active, as far as helping each other out and giving each other little stabs.
Exactly,
sure.
And they keep it. I watch it
very PG.
Exactly.
PG rated.
I watch it. I don't want it to get out of hand.
Yeah.
They do a nice job of just getting people excited.
Yeah, getting people fired up.
And the famous name, I don't remember what team this guy played for, but Mercury Morris. I remember that guy was always on Facebook last year. So we'll see. And I know Scott Hoffman's big on Facebook and
he's always
tweeting
on there
and shooting out. So
getting pics up.
I'm sure he'll be doing not quite play-by-play, but getting a lot of information out during game and halftime of all those fall kickoff games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Excited.
Well, thank you for joining us, Sandy.
Well, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, you're not going anywhere. You got more for us.
Well, I do. I want to. Games to watch this week. Got some big games on the docket. Loyola at Flint. Loyola was
Flint.
most improved team last year. Flint is trying to become that this year.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, you can answer that. I'll give you my.
All right, we got Chris Waleski calling in from Michigan State. I probably butchered his last name, so I'm sorry, Chris, if I did go ahead and butcher your name. But pretty good. We're actually just talking. Sandy just told us of some games to look out for this week, so we just kind of got over that. You want to say hi to Sandy?
Hi, Chris.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing great. Excited for football this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So, Chris, tell us about how the team is coming together in their first year in the NCFA.
It's coming together really well. Yeah, we're getting really anxious to play our first game in the NCFA. We had a lot of interest. We found a lot of interest on campus, the guys to play about the new team here. We got a full 60-player roster, so we're really happy about that. We're getting ready for our first game. Guys are practicing real hard to get prepared for it.
Awesome. Great to hear. So who are some of the big players to watch for the Spartans this year?
Well, offensively, the quarterback kind of is looking good. We got 2 QBs that it's competition stiff. We'll see who gets most of the snaps between Stephen DeWitt and Vinny Costanzo. 2 really good QBs there. They have a lot of kind of weapons to go to. We're really deep at wide receiver, so the coaches are excited to be switching it up between kind of some wide outs, slot positions, tight ends, things like that. And then running back, I think you'll see about 4 different guys getting a lot of carries there, depending on the situation between Austin Cox, Omar Droby, Zach Green, Bakari Mays. They're all, really strong runners at running back and fullback. And then defense side of the ball, we're really strong and we're really well-rounded. Looking forward to seeing that. Look out for the speed in the secondary. We have Lucas Mayo out at safety, doing really well there. We have a lot of guys disrupting. I think we'll be disrupting some other teams' running games, like Alfonso Cook and Donovan Snow out at linebacker, and as well as Big Devin Foster at defensive tackle. So looking pretty good. I'm getting excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like you got a pretty solid team there together, and looks like you know a lot about the team.
Yeah, exactly. You know the ins and outs of everybody.
Yeah,
I'm impressed. There's only 6 guys here in the office. I can't remember all their names.
So, Chris, last question for you. So, who's the big game for you guys, or the game you're looking most forward to, or definitely circled on the schedule for this year?
Yeah, well, in our conference, really, because it's so competitive, every game's going to be big. But I think one that we have circled is going to kind of have to be Oakland. They're, coming off the national championship win, the undefeated season. They're ranked number 1 in the preseason. But like I said, I think there was 4 of the teams from highly ranked in the preseason rankings were all Great Lakes East teams. So we're going to have to kind of take every game seriously. And I think we're preparing very well to kind of surprise some guys and come out there and compete with these established teams.
Right, for sure.
I guess the fact that 2 of your coaches used to be head coaches at Oakland doesn't hurt in terms of making that a priority win for you guys.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. They'll be coming back and playing their old team, so it'll definitely be an interesting game. We're looking forward to that one.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, we're looking forward to having you part of the NCFA for this season, and have a great rest of the day.
Yeah, you guys too. Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks, Chris. Bye-bye.
That is a good dude right there. We've been working with him for like a year and a half, getting his program started. He is on the spot.
top of it.
You call him, he answers, calls you right back. Boom, he's got good questions. That is a good.
That's awesome.
That's a good team president.
That's
right
awesome.
There. So wish them luck this
Yeah.
season. All right, I've overstayed my welcome. I'm going to drop my 3 games to watch. Again, the Loyola at Flint this year or this weekend. Loyola, big team last year. I mean, in terms of growth and improvement, Flint is looking to follow that suit and grow their program this year. SIU at Wright State. That's Wright State's second game this week.
Yeah.
SIU's a strong program. Wright State's feeling good. Game's at Wright State.
At Wright
That's
State.
going to be an exciting game. We got the Vermont CCSU conference game we already talked about, and the big game this weekend, in my opinion, UW-Milwaukee at Oakland. This weekend,
Oh, wow.
Oakland went to Milwaukee last year, squeaked out by I think 2 points,
Wow.
and that's what kept their perfect season alive.
So,
And,
yeah.
The battle in Michigan.
Yeah.
Battling in Michigan
And
this
that'll
weekend.
be fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right, I'm out.
Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you. Thanks for coming
Appreciate
on.
it.
Thanks for coming on. So let's switch gears to some basketball, some NCBBA.
Hey, Buds, I think we should thank Sandy one more time for coming on.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, NCBBA.
So what's new? I know you signed a lot of new teams. So what are the new teams to join?
Right. So total now for since I joined the NCBBA, it's in February. We've had 26 new teams join on. So it's definitely crazy that we've had 28 operating last year, and
Yeah.
to sign 26 more for this upcoming season, I feel like is definitely a good feat. Some of the recent ones since last 301, we have Ithaca Methodist, Kent State, SIUC, UMass Lowell, Goodwin College, Vermont, Stevenson, Georgia, and St. Joe's, just to name a few off the top of my head. Don't want to bore you going through the entire 26 list. But yeah, things are good. Things are growing, and I walked in at probably 3 o'clock and 30 seconds today because we were finishing signing a new team and putting them on the website.
You've definitely been busy, huh?
Yeah, super busy, but it's a good kind of busy, so
Yeah. Well, good.
for sure.
So, is there any fall tournaments to look forward to? in
So,
CBBA?
we're working. I'm in the final stages of working on my fall tournament. For the next few days, I'm just kind of waiting on that last little piece,
Mhm.
and we can move forward with it.
So how can teams who are interested?
So teams that are interested, what they'll do is I'll basically send out an email, and
Okay.
it'll be basically a brochure. They'll be able to fill out, send it back to me. It's going to be a first come first serve kind of thing. It'll be 8 teams.
8 teams.
And that's it basically.
Good.
We want to make it exclusive the first year, and then maybe
Branch
open up
out,
to
yeah.
more teams for
Gotcha.
years to come.
Gotcha. So let's get a little preview. Who are your teams to watch this year? Who's going to be the powerhouses?
It's really hard to kind of pick off the top of my head. But just from what I've heard, if we're going from established teams, I would say Ohio State or NC State, just because of what I've heard around the league. I would even throw Cornell in there. Cornell was the Nurse national champion last year. But they decided to come on board with us this year, and so that'll be a lot of fun to have them as well, competing in 2 different leagues. So they're obviously a decent team if they're playing that much basketball.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
As far as a new established team, I would say probably University of South Carolina. I think he had like 300 kids come out for tryouts.
He has.
And it was like a 3-week process where he's trying to pick his team and things like that. And then, of course, any players with the number 17 and 38 you want to watch out for any team.
Absolutely. And Ohio State, NC State, they're actually new NCBBA teams this year, right?
Right. Ohio State and NC State are both new teams. They're excited to play. They're very active teams. NC State's got a sweet website that they have, and Ben's really good at updating it and kind of putting all their schedule games up there and things like that. And they're playing not only other clubs' teams, but they're playing community colleges and things like that. So, you're pretty good whenever you're beating actual NCAA schools.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
All right. You got anything more on the basketball front?
I do not. Just excited to get the season going here. As far as teams have been asking about their basketballs.
Oh, I'm sure.
So you're looking at probably the end of September, first week of October for your basketballs. As soon as I get the order in, it's nothing crazy as far as how they just have to put our logo on it, and boom, it gets shipped out. Talked to our Wilson guy. He said it shouldn't be any more than about 2 weeks. So.
Good. So.
If you want to know where your basketballs are coming in, that's when they're coming in.
All right, well, that's it for basketball. Now we're going to move over to fundraising. We're going to bring the new guy.
Welcome Dan Grassi to the show.
Actually, the producer of the show.
The producer of the show. So if we screw it up, is it on us or is it on you?
It's going to be on the big guy.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How you
It's
doing,
going.
Dan?
Pretty good.
All right, so, football season's here. And then baseball, we got some teams playing fall. And we got a bunch of different fundraising opportunities. I know Fundraiser and Pledge It are one. And Pledge It's a performance-based. So can you talk a little bit about those?
So I'm going to start today talking about Fundraiser. Fundraiser is an online fundraising. And pretty much you could share the link via Facebook, Twitter, any type of social media, email, text message. And it's as simple as just setting up the account, making the campaign, your campaign goal for the target amount of money. You can put a video and some pictures in there, which is pretty cool. And as far as Pledge It goes, Pledge It's an online fundraiser as well that's performance-based. I know Sandy hit upon it a little bit earlier on in the show. But pretty much... I'll give you an example. So at Brockport, we did a K-Out Cancer, and what that was we had these family members, family friends, donate for every strikeout, and I think we ended up getting like $27 per strikeout, which was pretty cool.
Wow.
It got the pitching staff all jacked up before games.
Yeah.
And we ended up donating half that money to the Children's Cancer Society, and use the other half to
that's awesome.
fund our team, which was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, the big Pledge It, for example, would be real good to use. People can pledge like $17 or like $38 per touchdown.
I know we didn't use it during the fall. We used it during the spring, kind of geared off like what stat our team was best with.
Yeah,
We were thinking
that's a smart thing to
we were
do.
thinking about doing like a hits one, but our team kind of struggled hitting.
Well, yeah.
But
That's
our pitching staff really stepped up.
okay. Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So, teams, football teams and baseball teams,
Definitely get on that.
hop on.
Quick way to.
make some money. And didn't what was the baseball team who just raised a lot of money?
That was actually William and Mary.
Oh, there he goes.
What do you know? William and Mary calling in.
Hunter,
Yeah,
how's it going, buddy? This is Dan.
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Pretty good. So, Hunter, he actually raised $1,400 from fundraiser in just 3 days. Hunter, do you want to tell us about how you started your campaign?
Yeah, so basically at the beginning of the year, we as a team collectively decided we want to go to Tampa for the spring training event, and so we needed to come up with a way of trying to raise money to get there. And fundraisers seemed like the best option to do it. It was very easy. We just had our treasurer set up an account for us on the website, and we just told all of our guys to share it on their social media platforms, Facebook and Twitter, and then email it out to all their friends and family. And then, and like you said, we got a real good feedback on it and got a lot of contributions in a short amount of time.
And Hunter, how long did this campaign take you to start? Was it a process, or was it just a quick and simple thing?
It was actually pretty simple. You just had to set up, an account on the website, and then from there you just had to try to go out, take your campaign and reach an audience. So like different people's social media platforms and people's emails and all. So it wasn't a very difficult thing at all. It's something that all of our players could get involved in pretty easily.
Awesome. And you said you guys were fundraising to go down to Tampa. Have you guys been down to Tampa for spring training yet?
No, we haven't been ourselves. Hopefully, we've raised enough money to go this year. But everyone we've talked to in the past, say it's a great event because it's a first class thing the CBA puts on for us.
Absolutely. I know I went down there last year and had a great time. But what could we expect out of William & Mary this year? I know you guys beat Brockport my junior year in the World Series.
Yeah, I remember that. I was a freshman then. Hopefully we'll do big things this year because off of that team back 2 years ago, we had a lot of freshmen and sophomores, or upperclassmen with a lot of experience under their belt, and we also have a lot of new guys, real solid new guys coming in this year. From what I've seen so far, we have a lot of depth. So and it's going to be tough on me as a coach this year to try to find the starting nine and leave some of these great players we have out of the lineup for some games.
That's awesome. Well, Hunter, good having you on. Best of luck with the rest of your fundraiser campaign, and best of luck on the diamond this year.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep, take care.
You too.
So you guys heard it here from Hunter. He said the campaign takes just seconds to start up. It's not too hard. Everybody should get on that. Tampa's a good time.
All right, Mr. Dan, do you have anything else as far as fundraising goes for us?
I think that's everything.
That's about it. All right, well, thank you, Dan Grossi.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You're welcome. Next to the show, talking about
we have?
Division I baseball, looks like Christian Smith is going to pay us a visit. I don't know what we did to deserve this.
Good.
How are you guys?
Doing good.
Wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well, Rob.
Good.
You look good, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks. You do too, man.
Thanks. You look better.
Well, thanks.
All right, so we're gonna talk about a little NCBA.
Yes.
A little season preview.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think that the season already started. Last weekend was our opening weekend for fall baseball. Teams that were able to play fall baseball. It seems like, we were just handing the trophy over to the University of Oregon, and now we're right back into the swing of things. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Should be a good year. I know teams are geared up for it. Had I think just one series last weekend, but this weekend I believe there's also one series. But we're gonna, as the weeks go, we're gonna have more and more games and more big matchups. But so far right now it's been pretty quiet.
Well, so when is opening day for D1 baseball? And on top of that, what are your teams to watch?
Well, opening day of baseball was September 11th, which was a new rule change put into place this year. As far as teams to look out for, it's kind of early right now. We haven't seen the team previews yet, so it's kind of hard to judge. But obviously, Oregon's got the bullseye on their back. They're the national champions. The Northern Pacific region's been one of those regions that's won the national championship. The past 3 or 4 years, not the past 3 or 4 years, but 3 out of the 4 years. So they're a region that's obviously loaded with talent. So I wouldn't be surprised to see, a team like Oregon come back out of it, or maybe even a Utah State or somebody like that. So I'm excited to see, but yeah, it's way too early to kind of give your predictions on who's going to be the top teams. But soon we will find that out.
Cool. Awesome.
Cool, man.
So we have a couple fall tournaments. We do. We have Battle Creek Blast, which is the tournament I'm actually hosting.
Yep.
I'm really excited about that. It's mainly teams in the Great Lakes area. We got a good mix of D1 and D2 teams. I'll run down the teams for you real quick. We got Michigan, Illinois State, Dayton, Augustana, Ohio U, Purdue, Indiana, Central Michigan, Kent State, Akron, Eastern Michigan, and Marquette.
Who's gonna win it?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with.
OU's a tough team.
I'm gonna go with Michigan State.
Ooh,
Oh, too bad they're not.
they're not
in there.
I thought you said Michigan State.
Michigan,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with the U of M then.
U of M.
Go Wolverines.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at Kent State won it last year. It's a D2 team, so they're going
It's
to be.
now a 12-team tournament.
It's a 12-team tournament. Obviously, it's in Battle Creek, Michigan. Starts September 25th through the weekend. So Kent State's going to be looking to defend the crown.
Praying for good weather. Hopefully, it'll be a good
Oh yeah,
tournament.
every night praying for good weather.
We got the Greenville Fall Invitational this year, which a new champion will be crowned. ECU not able to attend it this year, so that's going to be exciting to have them, or to have a new champion down there. ECU's won it the last 3 years. And then we also have the Wood Wars tournament, which Ryan Norris puts on, and that's a huge tournament for the teams mainly down in the Gulf Coast. A lot of fun things going on down there, so I know that's booked, and I believe that's a 20-team tournament. So a lot of good things going on in the fall.
20
Lots
teams.
of things, yeah. So,
Fall's definitely no time to sleep.
no slouch.
Nope. No slouch.
Sleeping's for the dead, Budzik.
Yeah.
You're right, Rob. You're right. So what else do we have
I
here?
don't know.
You have anything else
No,
for us?
man. I'm
No.
excited to get the season started.
Yeah,
Should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
I'm excited you got to join us today, Christian. Thank you for
brother.
joining us.
Hey, thank you.
No
It's
problem.
been an absolute pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good seeing you.
Good seeing
Hope
you.
to See you soon.
See you in about a half an
All
hour.
right, buddy. Awesome. Bye-bye.
All right.
Take care.
That was Christian Smith. Everybody, Christian Smith.
Well, Budzik, what's on next on the agenda? I think we have a
Do we-
caller
we have a
calling in.
caller coming in? We're having some technical difficulties with the phone. Oh, here we go. Who is this? Hello, is this JT?
Yep.
JT, this is Rob and Craig. How are you?
What's going on? I'm doing good.
Good, good. How's the graduated life?
That's not too bad. I mean, I don't start for another month, but it's not bad.
Good,
stuff.
good, good.
Well, JT, let's get right into it. So, since you graduated, you used to run the Brockport team. You were the president. On a scale of, let's say, 17 to 38, what was your club baseball experience like?
What was my what?
What was your club baseball experience like?
Oh,
Now that you have time to look back on it.
on a scale of 0 to 1738, it was probably all the way up there, 1738.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm glad. The story is actually sophomore year. I actually got cut from the varsity team, and Mr. Dan Grossi was one of my roommates.
Dan? Yep.
And we always used to joke around and be like, club, you wanna? And just one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. Let's do club. So me and Dan went through and started the club team, and I'm glad we did that.
Good. Well, that's awesome, man. So now that Brockport is jumping up from Division 2 to Division 1, talk about that. Talk about what do you expect from them this year in the Division 1 level?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of unknowns. It's kind of like back to 2 years ago when we first joined into the B2, but kind of not knowing what to expect, what the competition level is going to be. I'm sure it's going to be better, of course, because you pretty much got to be pretty good to get to D1. But, not really knowing what to expect. I know this year we lost a lot of pitching from last year. We've got Pat Farrell coming back. He started Game 1 of the World Series for us. He actually pitched good. We just didn't field the ball well.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much every one of our hitters is back from last year. But really, it's just a lot of unknown. I mean,
Yeah.
we've got a larger budget now because we've been so successful.
Mhm.
So, it's definitely exciting, and in the sense that we get to play more competitive teams, and it's also kind of exciting with that whole mystery feeling that we've got going on.
Oh, absolutely right. You're 100% right. So you were a president. So talk about how teams should be getting prepared for the season, fundraising, budgeting, all that good stuff that I'm sure you had to do.
Yeah, I mean, we would come into before tryouts, we would kind of get together a projected budget based on player fees or dues, or we call them donations because you can't call them fees
Mhm.
at our school. Kind of had a projection for that, what our projected revenue is, projected expenses, and kind of get a range. And then, hold tryouts. We had a 3-day tryout this year. Kind of evaluations the first day, and
Okay.
second day, scrimmage. See what guys got live, because you could be a batting cage all-star, but can't hit a curveball.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Um,
Absolutely right.
So and we don't actually have a league game, a conference game until the end of October. So
Okay.
our plan is this year is on the weekends with inter-squad scrimmages, every practice, kind of make it a competition with one another to really elevate everyone's level.
Oh yeah.
And as far as fundraising goes, I know the team has been talking about doing another budget campaign. We might try and get a couple of them going this year.
Okay.
We want to do the KL Cancer again for sure. That was really successful. We raised $1,000 total, $500 for the Children's Cancer Society,
Mhm.
$500 for us, and then we're thinking
That's
about
awesome.
like a similar type of thing, like a Hits for Hope.
Okay.
Anytime you can raise money for your team and for an organization, it's great.
Yeah.
It's a great deal.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Everybody wins in that situation.
Yeah.
Well, JT, I think that is it. Appreciate you calling us here at Suite 301, and we're excited to watch what Brockport does in Division I this year.
Yeah, we're real excited. We can't wait to start playing some of these top-notch teams.
Absolutely, man. But hey, take it easy, and thanks again, man.
All right, thanks, guys. Take care of my boy Dan.
Oh, absolutely. He's in good hands.
All right.
He's got to shape up a little bit.
All right.
See you, JT.
All right, boys.
JT Rice,
SUNY Brockport.
SUNY Brockport.
Dave Grossi's alma mater.
Yep. The co-president, vice president.
Oh, man. Well, next, I think we're bringing Mr. Eric Curator to the show.
Some D2 baseball.
D2 Baseball.
How we doing?
Man.
Welcome, Eric.
Man in D2.
How are you?
Good. You guys have done a great job so far.
Thanks, appreciate it.
I think
Thanks.
we're breaking records. For,
We should be.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm still waiting for the chat box to blow up. I want to talk to somebody, answer some
Absolutely.
questions.
You're just answering everything for them. So
Okay.
Yeah, they do
doing a
our
good job.
they do our
So what's
dirty
up?
work.
What are we talking about?
So, season fall.
Yeah,
Season is
alluded,
here.
It started last week on the D2 side of things. We had a conference series. Dayton swept Wright State. Roanoke played a community college close to them. Unfortunately, lost all 3 games, but I'm sure it was a good experience to get back on the field, especially the first week in the year. And Winona State played Wisconsin Eau Claire and won both games. So that's what happened this first week. Obviously, we have a lot of games coming up in the coming weeks. I wanted to touch on rosters. Guys got to get your academic eligibility letters in. You're gonna need an eligible roster. You gotta have at least 9 guys on there to get so you're not automatically forfeiting games. So that's the big thing to take away from this. But if we're just doing an outlook, like Christian said, it's kind of hard. It's the first week in the year. We don't really know what to expect. Teams lost a lot of kids. Teams added kids we don't really know about. But at the moment, we're sitting on 144 teams, but we'll have a couple more, I think, in the next few days. Some surprise new teams that I think could be good. South Dakota State, they're really on top of their stuff. University of Windsor, who's also on top of their stuff pretty well. And then ECU, East Carolina University's D2 team came back this year after a couple years hiatus. And, their D1 team's really good. I know their D2 team's been around. They just haven't been in the league. So expect big things from them. And then a couple of conferences that should be good. District 2 East with Monmouth, Lafayette, Ryder, TCNJ, LaSalle, and Holy Family, a new team. Should be a good one. District 3 in the South should be a really good one. It was a tight race last year. Radford, Longwood, VCU World Series team, Roanoke and Old Dominion. And then lastly, District 5 North with Akron, Cleveland State, Kent State, Slippery Rock, Edinburgh, and a new team, SUNY Fredonia. I'm sure there's plenty of other good conferences out there that'll have great matchups and good races towards the end, but those are kind of just three that stuck out to me
Good.
when looking. So,
Good.
yeah, it should be an exciting year, but, it's kind of early to, we don't really know what's going on talent-wise and outlook-wise. So, as the weekends go, we'll get become more clear with the standings and everything like that. But, yeah, it should be a good year.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Now, schedules. Or have they been released yet?
95% of them have been released. We're just, we have some new team interest in a couple areas of the country that, we're giving them an opportunity to come play. We're here to play baseball.
Next Friday
So that should be good.
5 p.m. first pitch.
Yeah, that'll be a good time. Christian and I run the Greenville Fall Invitational. It'll be our 4th year. But the exciting thing is we're going to have a new champion this year. ECU will not be attending just because they brought on their second team in Division II, so they're a little bit of budget cut there. But we got Kennesaw, Elon, UNC Charlotte, UNC Wilmington, VTech, Clemson, Coastal Carolina, bless you,
Thank you.
William and Mary, Craven, Radford, Furman, and Western Carolina. So good crop of teams, some D2 teams, some D1 teams have been there a lot, some established teams. We got a little bit of everything. So
Who's your pick?
We were talking about this early in the office. I don't know. As a D2 guy, let's pick Radford.
Radford.
So Radford's going to win it. That came out of left field. So
Go Radford.
Yeah.
we're going to be talking in December, and Radford's going to be on the phone talking about
There
their
you go.
single title.
Love an upset.
Yeah, why not?
Cinderella
It's the fall.
story.
Who knows what's going to happen. Wood Wars, I don't really know a whole lot about because Norris does his thing, and he's just fantastic at it. I think he's having a 20-team tournament.
20
I haven't seen
teams.
lately.
Wow.
It's in McKinney, Texas. He's got a great facility down there. Puts the whole works on for the team. So
Oh,
we got a phone call.
I think we do. Who do we got?
Ryan, how's it going, man? This is Rob.
Hey, Rob.
R-
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. So we have Ryan DeGesso calling from Penn State D2 Club Baseball. They were the D2 World Series runner-up. Ryan, how's the team looking compared to last year's team? Who's your guys that graduated? Who's returning? How's the team look?
I'd say the team's looking pretty strong again. We did lose some key bats, but we're also getting another guy back that we lost from an internship last year. So he'll plug in nicely to the center field role. We lost Brendan Monahan and Vernon Martin, who were big guys in the middle of the lineup for us. Got some big hits for us. Had 3 or 4 World Series. So we're going to miss them. We're going to miss 2 pitchers that we lost that were huge for us, eventually, Frank Schubert, but we have a lot of guys that we're confident in, and in the fall we'll have an opportunity to see what everyone else has to, just take a step up for the spring season.
Right. And now has, last year's finish, has it put a chip on your guys' shoulders, kind of a way to motivate you for this upcoming season, to get back to the national championship and things like that?
We're definitely motivated. I don't know if it's put a chip on our shoulder. Every year we do our best and look forward to trying to get back to the World Series, but we have a lot of respect for that EKU team, and good for them for being able to move up to D1. So they definitely earned that victory. But yeah, I'd say we're definitely motivated to get back there and try our best to win it, especially since we have a veteran team and a lot of guys have lost it 2, 3, 4 times in the past. So we'd love to get back out there if we can.
Cool, yeah. And so what's the one thing you personally are looking forward to this season? You guys going to Tampa this year for spring training? What's kind of on your radar to say, I'm really looking forward to this?
I'm just looking forward to play. I think our guys are looking forward to just getting out there and doing our our best to get back out to the World Series, see if we can do that again. But yeah, we are going to Tampa this year for the first year that both our D1 and D2 teams are doing that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great experience. And we're looking forward to hopefully playing some decent competition down there. As far as games go, we have a big series against KC1 in March. We're playing Akron later on in the spring season, Loyola and William and Mary. So there's going to be some tough out-of-conference games, and we're just looking forward to fun season baseball.
For
Hey,
sure.
Ryan. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Eric has a question for you, Ryan. I'm gonna let him ask you.
What's up, Ryan? It's Eric.
How's it going, Eric?
No, you actually answered my first question. I was going to ask what you guys did non-conference wise, because obviously you guys are a big staple in District 2. You guys are always contending, always at the World Series, always going to get there at the end of the year. Excuse me. Do you guys put a big emphasis on non-conference games as opposed to your conference games, or what's your mindset about trying to play as many D1 teams as possible? What do you guys usually try and do each year?
Yeah, we're actually just trying to, we've been contacting the best teams around, at least in our mind. Can't get to all of them because there's a lot of good teams in our area. But we kind of like to, we've been fortunate where we've had some out-of-conference games in the fall, so we've been able to open up our schedule for the spring. So we do get to go out there and schedule a team like Pitt, who we played last year and we split with in a 2-game series. We do get to play a team like William and Mary, who beat us 2 times in the World Series 2 years ago and knocked us out. And we get to play a team in Akron that's been in the World Series, and we've been trying to set up a series with. So we really want to just push our guys to the limit, even if it means losing a few games here and there, just to get used to that competition. Because as you saw last year, teams are getting better and better in the NCBA, and that really shows in World Series play. So we want to do the best that we can to prep our team to get to that top level.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you said it perfectly. And one of the nice things, if you guys play Brockport, you don't have to face Dan Grossi anymore. So keep that on your radar.
Exactly. I actually said that to him in my email when talking about coming on the show. So thank God I don't have to face him.
There you go. He's got a smirk right now looking at you. So anyway, hey, it's good talking with you. I'll leave you to go with Bob and Budzik here. But I just wanted to say best of luck this season. I'm sure we'll be seeing you soon. So
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
all right, take it easy, bud.
All right, Ryan. Well, thanks for calling in, man, and hopefully maybe see you in Pittsburgh, Kansas again next year.
Oh, no problem. I hope it works out that way.
All right, Ryan. Take care, man.
Guys. Sure.
Ryan DeGesso from D2 Penn State Club Baseball.
All right, well, you guys,
Yeah,
good
thank
luck
you,
the rest of the show.
You're out here.
Good work.
Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it.
Eric, talking D2.
Looks like we're talking to Savannah next here.
We are talking Sav.
Little NCSA.
And some spring training. Let's get her on the phone here.
Hello.
Hey, Sav. Welcome to the
Hey.
show. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. It's me and Rob today hosting.
Oh, that's an exciting duo.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. we're getting our best ratings this show.
Most viewers ever,
Yep.
right?
Absolutely.
We're hoping.
So, let's switch gears to the NCSA. I know you've been very busy. So how's everything going?
It's crazy. Today is the official opening day. September 15th is
Wow.
the opening day for softball. So it's a big day today. I don't believe there are any games being played today, but I know there's tryouts and info meetings and all kinds of stuff happening right now, probably as we speak.
Yeah.
But since, over the past month, schedules have been released, teams have started uploading their rosters. Craig sent all of you your softballs. So
Yeah.
it's been a crazy month, and I'm just excited that we're actually going to play softball this weekend.
It seems like the World Series was like last week, and now we're starting a new season.
Right.
It's crazy.
I know. The preseason poll just came out this past Thursday, and it's kind of crazy because it seems like everybody thinks that the teams that were, in it last year are going to be the teams that are in it this coming year. So
Good.
no real, I guess, sleeper teams yet,
Mhm.
but I have my hopes that we'll be crowning a new World Series champion again this year. JMU won it last year. It was their first time ever winning it. I'm hoping we can get a brand new one again this year.
Yeah.
So,
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Do we have any new teams in NCSA this year?
we've got a ton of new teams. I'm about to announce that we've hit 111
Oh,
teams.
wow.
That Maryville just got unanimous approval to join the Mid-America East. Just waiting on their schedule request form and things like that to get them added to the website, but they will make 111 teams
Wow.
nationally. So big excitement there. That
Absolutely.
should be official by the end of the week. So just everybody keep an eye out for that.
Good. So I know there's a fall tournament in Danville,
Yeah.
PA. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so that's the weekend of October 2nd to the 4th. That's going to be hosted, like you said, in Danville, PA, which is where the North Atlantic and the New England regional playoffs were held this past season.
Okay.
So they know NCSA softball there, and they get a great turnout from the local crowds, and the local Little League kids like to come out and watch the games. It's going to be a pretty competitive tournament. We have 8 NCSA teams competing in that, so really excited to see this fall tournament and who comes out on top.
Good. That's awesome.
What's up, Savannah? It's Rob.
What's going on?
What's up? So we're gonna switch gears a little bit to spring training now.
Okay.
So with spring training coming, it's getting closer. Obviously, I know I say it's getting closer, but time flies. The holidays, and before you know it, spring's gonna be gone. The snow's gonna be gone. But how do teams get to register for it? Can they start registering for it? Things like that.
Yes. Registration is open, and teams have already started registering. If teams need the paperwork, they can email me or Dan or Eric. It's also on the NCBA website. That spring training has its very own website. We talk about today being like one of those days that's like, we started the NCSA season today. Well, today is also 2 months from the deadline to get your early registration in for spring training. So 2 months from today would be the very last day that you could register for the discounted period. So I know it sounds like 2 months is a long time, but it's really not.
Right.
You're in school, you're playing games, you need to go ahead and get it done as quickly as possible.
Right. And about how many teams participated last year, and do you expect about the same amount this year? Do you expect more? And kind of speaking to how teams travel to get there. How do most teams get a bus, plane? How because I know some teams are coming all the way from the West Coast.
Right. I would say only about 10% of the teams fly. A lot of teams, part of the trip down, part of their bonding experience is that trip down, like piling guys into a big van and riding down for 15 hours. Some people actually find that entertaining.
I'm glad some people do.
It's a big part of like getting your freshmen involved. Like you stick a guy in a van for 15 hours with other guys that he doesn't know, you're going to know him by the end of that trip. It's just inevitable. So, and then Avis is a big sponsor of ours, and they do a great job waiving that under 25 fee for our teams, which is huge because it's a pretty hefty fee if you use other travel agencies. So we're hoping to beat that 80 team mark this year.
Right. That'd be awesome.
That's going to be so clutch. I think we can do it because, like we were just talking to William and Mary, they're coming down for the very first time. They've already done their fundraising. Like, they're so on top of it. There's 16 other teams that are coming down for the first time this year, so it's going to be huge.
Right. Well, do you have any other info, spring training, softball-wise, you want to share with us?
Registration's open for softball and baseball, so definitely
Okay.
I've had more interest this year for softball teams than we already had last year, so
Okay,
softball's
perfect.
going to be just as big a jump as baseball.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Okay. Well, all right, Savannah. Well,
Craig, aren't you ready to go down there?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so ready. I had a great first experience there. I'm ready to get back down there.
Craig's gonna play on the free agent team.
Oh yeah, that was the best part. He gets to play a little baseball.
I believe when Budzik came back last time, he was about as red as a lobster.
That was-
Quite entertaining.
Yeah, I was definitely a tomato coming back here. It wasn't fun, but spring training is awesome. If teams are thinking about it, you guys, I mean, it should be automatic. You guys are gonna have a great time. It's just it's a ball. So it's awesome. I can't wait to get back down there.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Like, fall is nice, but let's go spring. I'm ready for the beach
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
All right, Savannah. Well, take care of yourself, and we'll look forward to talking to you next Sweet 301.
Yep, sounds good.
Absolutely.
All right, take care.
Thanks, Saf.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Alrighty, spring training in NCSA.
A lot of.
Budzik, next time you go down there, wear some suntan lotion.
I need to. I didn't the first day, and I paid for it.
Looks like we have George Coate calling in from Indiana Baseball. George,
Yeah.
are you there? This is Rob from the Cold Club Sports. How are you?
I'm doing
A
good.
little tongue-tied.
Yeah, a little tongue-tied there. I play many hats. I forget where I'm from sometimes. So, George, I know we're having you call about spring training. You know, you guys, I guess we're the first team to sign up for spring training this year. So how eager are you for your trip down to Tampa? And, how many times have you guys been there to spring training?
Well, I myself have only been there twice, but both times have been a great experience. And my team and I are really excited about this upcoming trip. We've only had 2 practices so far this year, but already guys are already talking about how excited they are to go back down to Tampa for this spring break trip.
Right, for sure. And, how was your experience last year? Did you guys get some wins? And, what would you call your favorite part of going down there? Is it Savannah was just talking to us about, teams being able to drive down and have that bonding. You get the freshmen in the van with all you guys, and, you either harass them or you got to harass him a little bit because he's a freshman. But, what was your, most favorite part about going down there?
Yeah, I just want to say last year's experience was great. When you go down there, the weather is always really nice. Our team played really well last year. We got a couple of wins, and we got a lot of experience under our belt. And the tournaments run really well. Savannah does a really great job down there. And my favorite part just is the tournament itself. It's a great way to break up all the winter practices and not having played baseball in a while. Get down there to get some work in before the spring season starts.
Cool. And I guess kind of shifting gears, how does your team, look so far this year? And do you have any, players to watch or anything like that?
Yeah, our team's actually looking really good this year. We have 5 returning starters, and 2 out of our 3 starting pitchers are returning. But I'm most excited about our freshmen this year. Due to some extra off-season marketing, we have a lot of talented freshmen coming in. I think we're going to have a really good middle infield this year, and I think they're going to do really good things for our team this year.
For sure. And the last thing, George, would be, can you give us, a 17 to 38 second pitch of why teams should go down to Tampa this year?
Okay, yeah. Just for all the teams out there, I wanted to say it's a great way for the players to bond and become a closer team, and you're able to play a lot of games before your spring conference season starts.
Perfect. I think Craig also has a question for you about your
I
team.
do. Hey George, it's Craig. How are you guys? You guys are coming up to Battle Creek, not this weekend, but next weekend. Just talk. You guys excited about it, and how do you guys think you're going to do up there?
Yeah, we're really excited about Battle Creek. We've only had 1 practice so far, but we're going to try to get in a couple more before the tournament starts. But I think it's looking really good. Like I said, we got a lot of freshmen coming out this year who are really talented baseball players, and if we can, start working together as a team and get that team camaraderie going, I think we're going to be able to do really well at the Battle Creek Blast.
Good. Yeah, it's gonna be some good competition up there, and I definitely look forward to seeing you guys play up there, and but that is it, George. We thank you for calling our show, and I look forward to seeing you next weekend up in Battle Creek.
Yes, me too. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, George Coate there from Indiana Club Baseball.
Yeah, It's gonna meet George next week in Battle Creek.
Sounds like he's all jacked up about the season and
Yeah.
jacked up about spring training.
Oh, who couldn't be, you know?
I mean, I'm not a Tampa guy. I'm just not a hot weather guy. You know,
Hot weather.
if it's hot weather, I like to be either on the beach or on the golf course. You know,
Or in the AC.
or in the AC.
There you go.
That would definitely help.
Well, that's it.
That is it.
That's our show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We hope everyone enjoyed the show.
And don't forget, guys, our next episode is October 20th, 2015, sometime between 17 and 38 days away. And don't forget to check out this episode on our Ustream station. Make sure you click on the Suite 301 station for sure.
And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook for all of our latest updates around the leagues of Cold Club Sports. See you guys next time.
And remember,
It's a game.
have fun.
Have fun.